Hmm. Interesting. Interesting. Well, are we working yet? Rude of the stream to cut out 30 minutes before we're finished, huh? All right, well, at least we're alive. At least there's that. All right, all systems are go again. Let's see if we can make it 30 more minutes to the end of stream without a blackout. Grilled Jesus Christ. Oh, Blocky Man, calling out to 2 different Jesuses at once. That's pretty hardcore. Doctor, did you not invite me to the 420-J party because I'm a talking duck? What the hell? I'm not even asking questions about that. I'm just getting rid of that one. Not raining on my parade, weirdo. Okay, so Legendary Doge. All it was talking about was Aliens at Thanksgiving. Yes. Let me get back to the cornucopias and see if it lags again. Maybe YouTube just really doesn't want me to tell you guys about the SCP agent who was abducted by aliens and given the ability to spawn your favorite food, not his favorite food, your favorite food from its different bodily orifices. So let's say you like Snickers bars, SCP-3307 will spawn a Snickers bar possibly from its nose. Or if you want a cup of coffee, then it will, well, unzip its pants and produce a cup of coffee from there. And so it's really gross. I do not like interacting with that anomaly whatsoever. That is why that is my that's what I think is the most disgusting anomaly. It's not literally the most disgusting, but I just don't like it. Nicholas, the rule is we do not talk about Dr. Bright in the chat due to the actions of its author, who was a skeeve and was banned from the SCP community. That being said, SCP-590 does still exist on the wiki, although I don't really have anything interesting to say about it, because it's just a comatose person, and so I don't really have a lot of interesting insight into 590. Do you have a specific question about it? And well, I'm waiting to see if you respond to that. Dr. Sherman, I'm a big fan of your site, your channel. Curious question, if SCP-5000 events occur, what are your plans? If you don't get sharper than now, bad guy MTF near you. I mean, yeah, you saw nothing. You saw nothing. Yeah, I guess my first plan in SCP-5000 is, guess I'll die. Because 90% chance I'm not going to be in the side with dooming humanity side of the Foundation. And so, unless I'm very lucky, I'm going to be kaput pretty quickly. Why is everyone talking about bees? Well, if you go on the SCP Wiki, there is a very famous tale. Isn't it just simply called Bees? Yeah, there's a very famous tale called Bees. It is an SCP tale about a notebook someone was writing in as they became more and more and more obsessed with bees. A snippet of the tale Bees. What if your Facebook becomes infested with bees? What if bees hacked your Facebook? What if someone wrote on your wall about bees? What if cats vomited bees? What if bees could travel through paintings? What if bees was a science and was subject to bee review? What if bees are contagious? What if there was a bee gun? What if you forgot to reload the bee gun? What if the computer monitor could produce bees? What if bees start demanding civil rights? So it's a whole thing. The bees in the SCP community, you just gotta be ready for bees, pretty much. Shadow Milk Fan, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself a Jolly Rancher on your way past the commissary. Hi, Dr. Sherman. Hope your day is going awesome. Well, we did just have to restart stream due to a lag issue, but I'm glad it's back up and running for the last 25 minutes of stream. We have 25 minutes left. I'm not going to count the 5 to 10 minutes that stream was broken. We'll just push that back. I'm sure the tree can wait for me. Dr. Sherman, the reluctant dimension hopper, teleported at 7179. He's back now, but Dante is reporting Hiddleston is crying his only real friend is gone. Well, tell him to buck up. We'll get him back eventually. It's just going to take some time. Interesting thought question. I wonder. I just want you to know it's a little strange that you're all chatting about eating bees, because even in the bee's tale, no one eats bees. Meanwhile, bees did eat a doctor. So actually, I'm feeling a little in danger right now from being eaten by bees. Huh. I didn't even know I had to be worried about that. Chris the Dire Wolf Boy, thank you for donating again. I'm sorry if I broke the stream. Oh, I do remember. Didn't your last donation say something about the whole death by snoo debate? I missed that while I was closing down the stream. Dihydrogen monoxide, thank you for donating again. Do trans and or non-binary staff members get access to SCP-113? Yes, it is part of the Foundation medical plan. If you are trans or non-binary and you wish to transition using SCP-113, the gender-switching stone, we have protocols in place as part of the Foundation's health plan. And so you have to go to the on-site therapist, you have to talk to them, you have to state your intentions, you have to go through a little on-site therapy just to make sure we dot our I's and cross our T's. But once you're there, we can encourage you to take the proper precautions with dealing with SCP-113. Because remember, first and foremost, your entire body feels like it's on fire when you use SCP-113. It wrecks you. But it's only for a short time, so, I mean, some people say it's worth it. Meanwhile, there is a non-zero chance of death. And if you roll bad on that die, then you will, well, die. Meanwhile, that chance of death goes up the more you use it, which is why we do all these precautions in the first place, because we'd rather you only use it once, and if you have to switch back, that's a higher risk of losing a good staff member. So as long as we go through all the proper channels, yes, as part of the health and wellness plan here at the Foundation, staff members can use SCP-113 to transition as necessary. Random Guy, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself some beef jerky on your way past the commissary. Dr. Sherman, sorry to bring this back up. Content warning. Why does SCP-729, the picture of the document is horrid, look like MatPat's GT Live plush? Whew, that was a close one. Thank you for all the warnings. I appreciate it. So, listen. It is not Matthew Patrick's fault that it decided to take the form of such an innocuous object. Obviously, Matthew Patrick's plushie is not a iteration of SCP-729-J. It is simply that SCP-729-J has chosen that as its form. So, MatPat's plushie is just fine. It's just that thing. That is a problem that also looks like a normal everyday plushie, but it's not a normal everyday plushie. I think we all know that that thing is not a normal everyday plushie. Braxty Boy, welcome to Site 42 staff. Thank you for your subscription. Mentally Lost, thank you for donating again. The loss cannot be contained. If I must be to join the Foundation, then where do I go to be contained? I await your response, fellow doctor. So, just find a nice containment cell, hang out there. A researcher will be with you shortly to consider the terms of containment and any special containment procedures that are necessary. Ruby, thank you for donating again. Someone was asking what you think are the most disgusting disguising SCPs, or was it disgusting? Because disgusting is when I started talking about 3307, which is when the stream cut out. And so I finished that at the beginning of this stream. Junior Researcher Sally, thank you for donating again. Dr. Sherman, they're trying to make me stop eating bees. Can you tell them to stop, please? Well, I would need to look into your personnel folder and see if you are supposed to be eating bees in the first place, because that does seem like unbecoming behavior for a Foundation junior researcher. But if that is a dietary thing that is well known in your documentation, then I will do such a thing. Chris and Dire Wolfboy, thank you for donating again. Do you want SCP-999 to feel better? Well, we're ending stream at about 16 minutes, so I'll take a pass by 999 before I get to my next test. Good idea. How does the containment of SCP-2845 work? Interesting. Let me look it up on the database, because I don't remember it by rote. Oh, the deer. Well, that's a very complicated process, but you can see the rituals all on the database, so I'm not going to get into that. That would take forever. We would end stream, and I wouldn't be done talking about that. Terragull, thank you for donating again. What if I identify as an SR-71 Blackbird and use the gender-switching stone? Well, because you're traipsing awfully close to a transphobic meme there, I assume the stone might just kill you, so you should be careful with that. Don't want to get yourself into a cup of murder. And if you're eating bees, remember to take out the stinger. I don't know. Maybe Sally thinks they're spicy that way. I don't know. I'm still working that out. Dr. Scar King, please, Dr. Sherman, tell them I'm not an SCP. Well, Dr. King, I don't see any reason why you would be anomalous unless it's in your personnel file. I would need to look at that and see what's up. But so far, I don't see any problem here. Guys, I think his pen is anomalous. Why would you say that? What sort of anomaly could this pen actually have? What would you think? What kind of powers would a pen have? You're talking silly business, Colissa. You're talking silly business. Why did you call me Oswald yesterday, Dr. Sherman? Because I know your true name, and therefore I hold power over you. That's how all that people of the Nameless Wood stuff works. Obviously. Raz, I'm back for the last 14 minutes of stream. Congratulations, you made it. SCP-173 versus Shin Sonic. Well, I don't know why only Sonic the Hedgehog's shins would be fighting. I would imagine the whole body would do something, but... Huh. I mean, at the end of the day, SCP-173 is just a concrete statue with a rebar skeleton. So, most iterations of universe-breaking entities like Sonic the Hedgehog will not have a problem with them. Chris the Dire Wolf Boy, thank you for donating again. I'm in the Water Lady's containment chamber. It seems to like me. The Water Nymph does not like males and or Foundation staff members, so it's luring you into a false sense of security to kill you. Get out of there now. Let me use the femur breaker, please. No. Obviously not. That's only for use in emergencies. Or on people I deem deserve it. Try Guy the Guy. Crowbar. Interesting. I see you calling back a reference to my misspeaking the other day. Very coy of you. Has Dr. Burns been put in the femur breaker yet? Pigboy99, you do not know how much I would like that to be the case. Unfortunately, Dr. Burns is not, is being protected by the Ethics Committee. So I am unable to do the things I would like to do to Dr. Burns. But just remember, we all hate Dr. Burns. All my homies hate Dr. Burns. Chris the Dire Wolf Boy, thank you for donating again. I had brought it a nice cup of spring water. Yeah, it's going to make you think it's going to thank you for that, and then it's going to drown you. Get out of there. Madam Time Gear, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself a snow cone on your way past the commissary. I mean, I can see the Autobots helping you guys, but then the Decepticons may be a problem to contain unless you appeal to Shockwave's logic. So, yes, the Transformers are a very difficult to contain from breaking the veil anomaly with their size and scope of their ongoing battles. But if we can keep their battles to abandoned areas, then we are better suited to create disinformation campaigns that can keep them hidden. It's difficult, but it's not impossible. Who is Dr. Burns? Ruby Wolf, it's Burns spelled Byrnes. Read SCP-8980 and you'll understand why all of my homies hate Dr. Burns. My favorite, SCP-096. Well, just say you basic. That's all you had to say. Ya basic. Coco Cookie. Hey, Doc. Hey to you, too. Welcome to the last 9 minutes of stream. You made it right under the barrel there. All right. I've had enough. I'm instituting a rule. For the next 8 minutes, I'm timeouting everybody who mentions eating bees. Starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm watching you now. Be careful. Am I part of the O5 Council? Some think so. Some think not. Maybe. Who's to say? Certainly I won't. Chris the Dire Wolf Boy, thank you for donating again. It got more upset when I tried to leave. I'm getting very worried about your friendly interactions with a bunch of anomalies that are hostile to everyone but you. I seem to sense some sort of energy that I'm worried about. We might need to run some tests on you. I have a bad feeling there's some Gary Stew energy in the house. You'd best be cautious. Why can your old man teleport? What, can your old man not teleport? Every 106 I've ever found gets, every 106 I've seen has teleporting skills. Why doesn't yours? Ruby. Oh, do Patreon members get any perks on YouTube? Unfortunately, Patreon and YouTube do not interact with each other because YouTube wants YouTube memberships to be the thing. And as a content creator, it's my job to just put everything on every platform so people can go where they're comfortable. So the answer is unfortunately no. Patrons do not get any perks on YouTube. And that's why I made the early access on Patreon only $1, the lowest possible tier. So if you're doing the Patreon, then you just get early access for free over there. Basically, $1 a month. It's trying to balance things. But also, if I recognize your name after long enough, then you get the benefit of I see your name in the chat. But there's no hard benefits between YouTube and Patreon because YouTube wants memberships to be the sole thing people use. What do you think of SCP-106-J, Dr. Sherman? Oh, Shramac, I'm very worried about this. The Barbecue Man. Elderly humanoid with the appearance of being basted in the thick marinade. The appearance may vary, but the saucy quality is observed in all forms. I do not like the Barbecue Man because I do not like sticky things. I tend to be a bit of a clean freak, and Barbecue Man freaks me out. Dear Dr. Sherman, theoretically 096 has a regenerative factor of that of molecules. So due to that, It, not he, it. Get your pronouns right. 096 is an anomalous entity, which means it is an object, not a person. It could regenerate at a random place if it dies. 173, acid, and hellfire. I have not known a decommissioned 096 to pop back into reality the same way 682 has. 096 is very hard to destroy, but it has been destroyed in certain conditions, in certain universes. So I don't think that's the case. I warned you, sock duck. I warned you, but did you listen to me? No, 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 no. And so there you go. Dr. Sherman, what do you think about the Men in Black? Well, they are like the Foundation, but they are run by the United States government, which means they are basically the UIU, which means I don't respect them because they are fly-by-night, they are cheap, they don't have the resources to do a very good job. If we were handling the situations they deal with, it would be much cleaner, I promise. What if my anomaly is being adorable? Well, Chris the Direwolf Boy, thank you for donating. But no hostile anomalies all think the same anomaly is nice. So as I said, if this behavior continues, we're going to be looking at something that's very dangerous. Random content. Dr. Sherman, Q&A question. Could 2096's battle for all of eternity if put together via 2 dimensions via the backrooms? Well, we don't know if the backrooms is infinite in time. Obviously, we can't test that with our current technology. Meanwhile, 096s are not immortal, as I said. They're very hard to destroy, but they can be destroyed. Therefore, eventually 1096 is going to win that fight. I don't know how long it will take, but it will happen eventually. What is this channel about? Welcome, Forb Point. We are Site 42 of the SCP Foundation. I'm here to answer your SCP questions. As a member of SCP Foundation staff, I expect you to do your best to secure, contain, and protect anomalies. And I'm here to make sure you are properly educated on that fact. Abbas, welcome to Site 42 subscribership. We appreciate your service. Chris the Dire Wolf Boy, also thank you for donating again. Also, 682 doesn't like me. Well, I mean, that's just one. So we gotta spread the love here, and by love I mean the hate. The military versus the rake. As far as I can tell by the rake, it's very similar to SCP-096, which means, depending on the force, eventually the rake would be overcome, but with a lot of military people taking casualties. Well, you can use one of the SCPs to kill SCP-096. Of course we could, Nicholas. The problem is we don't want to kill SCP-096. If we kill it, we can't study it anymore. The research is an important part of what we do. We secure, we contain, and we protect. And in doing that, we need to continue to research these anomalies to find ways to contain them better, as well as other anomalies. So we're not just going to destroy an anomaly for no reason. Do you know how much finagling it took to finally get the 05 to clear off on the terminating SCP-682? Ay, 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 that was quite a hassle. Imagine a 682 against a 682. Well, I wouldn't find it that interesting because they're both defensive anomalies. They wouldn't fight in the first place. They just tortoise shell up and hide from each other. So I'm not very worried about such a thing. Now, what I'm actually worried about is they wouldn't fight each other. They would just both start trying to kill all humans. And containing two of them would be much more annoying than containing one of them. The Bad, welcome to Site 42 subscribership. Welcome to staff. We appreciate your service. Dr. Sherman, can I borrow the tickle monster for 10 centuries? I need to teach it a lesson. Saying the wrong pronouns for the anomaly isn't going to trigger me into giving you what you want, Scarlet King. Or should I say Oswald? Get out of here with that. Does Josie the cat ever find its other half? Well, TLE Productions, remember, Josie is an it, not a she, so proper pronouns here for protocol. And the answer is we haven't found it yet. Meanwhile, Cyrus, when is the stream over? Conveniently, the stream is over now. You made it to the end. So, at the end of all streams, as always, I tell you my favorite SCPs. Now, I'm not going to say that my SCPs that I wrote are my favorites. That would be cheating. We don't want to let that happen. Instead, if you want to read the SCPs I wrote, you can go to the Sherm's author page and Site 42 Hub on the SCP Wiki. All of my articles that I've written are there, along with other articles I've contributed to. And while you're going by, there's a couple of support links you can visit. You can become a Site 42 patron. You can become a channel member. They have different benefits, so pick the one that's best for you. You can buy some merch. You can do just a one-time donation. However you want to support Site 42, that is up to you, and we are very appreciative. And if you can't afford a direct donation of any sort, as long as you're here sharing, and subscribing and doing all the YouTube business, then we appreciate your service here at Site 42. Now, without further ado, my favorite SCPs in no particular order are SCP-3999, SCP-3043, SCP-008-J, SCP-Spooky-J, SCP-5031, SCP-5175, SCP-5320, and, with a big content warning, SCP-8980. That one is a rough read. Warning. One more time through. 3999, 3043, 008-J, Spooky-J, 5031, 5175, 5320, and 8980 with a huge content warning. Woof. With that, I have been Dr. Theron Sherman, your SCP Foundation educator and site director of the day. I hope you've had fun. I hope you learned something, even with our little technical glitch for the last half hour. Be safe, be well, and as always, secure, contain, protect. And I'll see you in the next video or stream. Farewell. No one knows what it's like to be the bad man, to be the sad man behind blue eyes. And no one knows what it's like to be hated, to be faded, to telling only lies. But my dreams, they aren't as empty as my conscience seems to be. I have hours only lonely. My love is vengeance that's never free.